Stock market analysis and projections on the S&P 500. Please do read this slide before you go and look at that, because this tells you our approach to the markets and what that means for you as you use our information. One more announcement here that you just can't miss. I'm going to be speaking at the Wealth 365 Summit. You can see 60 top name market pros in 6 days. These are a lot of the big names that you know. I'm going to present October 11th at 10 a.m. on riding the big impulses for greater profits. Plus, the biggest issues that prevent consistently successful trading. I'm going to go into a lot of that psychological stuff and important things about how you do your analysis. Do not miss this. It's free. That special offer is at the end of presentation that you're going to see that announces the new day trader service, and you're going to just be it's mind-boggling really what that is like for short-term traders. Plus, we're going to give away a cycle analysis workshop. Sign up at the top of the askSlim.com front page. This is the front page right there, and you can see on the right side, Slim Speaks, and the Learn More button. Click on that, and you'll be able to sign up. And also, don't miss the opportunity on the left side to see the information on our Level 4 trial, of which we're in the final 3 days right now. So please do go to the website and get your information right here, and sign up to see me speak on Wednesday, October 11th, at 10 a.m. and you're going to love my presentation, especially if you're a short-term trader. All right, stock market, S&P 500. We're going to do some short-term analysis here, and we're going to look at some of our proprietary level 4 studies that I think are always extremely valuable, and of course we have a lot of members that use those every single day. So let's switch over now to the charts, and we'll go here to the S&P 500. We are looking at a daily chart, and this is cycle analysis. I always like to just speak to what that is at the beginning of this because there are so many new people that watch this every single week. What you have here on the bottom are called cycle brackets. This is a drawing tool that just simply gives us the energetic rhythms in the market as if they moved in an ideal fashion, where you had a cycle that rallied, it peaked, and it declined, and then it bottomed right in here. That's that cycle that you can see right in there. And you'll notice the shape of it was bullish and that it rode the slim ribbon on the upside, one of our proprietary indicators, which often happens. When the slim ribbon is positive, it colors the bars green. It colors the slim ribbon PO green on the bottom. And these arrows tell you when there is a momentum resumption in that direction. As you could see right here, spot on, here, spot on, and here, not so spot on. It actually warned you when it turned blue that the market was changing. Then it turned negative, as you can see. This is a great, great indicator. And you can see right now it is negative and getting up to where it could give you another downside resumption right here. See how wide the slim ribbon is right here as it's moving down? There's a high probability this will resume to the downside. Now let's talk about the cycle patterns. And you can see in here, positive cycle made a left shoulder right there. This cycle right over here made the head. And this big cycle right over here is what's the dominant cycle in what we call the harmonic family. There is a minor third, which is actually the formation of the Russell, and that's that green bracket. This, you could see, was a lower low than here. That said that this was a negative cycle, and the next cycle would likely fail in resistance. It did so. And then when it turned negative and resumed to the downside, this turned red. That gave you the warning the market was going to move down, and it made a lower low. That says it's very likely to fail in that resistance area. Let's blow this up again right there, and you can see that we have several projections in there. This makes up several tracks that kind of gives you that cloud look to it in here, where, you know, if it was really strong, it would get up to this area here. That is the lowest probability of occurrence. If it was just modestly strong, it would get up here, and the rebound would take you to around 43.88. And this is the greatest likelihood, and that's why it's thicker with those arrowheads, and where we believe it will stall right over here around 43.53 in this rally. This rally could last for another week or week and a half or more, but then you get into this period of risk, which is the last 3 weeks in October, as you could see there. And this is likely to be another downside move with the potential for it to be equal to this or greater, as it's probably going to contain a capitulation near the end. So we are very concerned, and that's why I showed that graphic at the beginning of the show about taking a defensive posture, and that means don't chase this like you believe it's going to go to new highs in the markets. The probability of that is very small, whereas the probability of it failing in this resistance zone and then moving down again sharply is very high. There is a strong likelihood, I'm going to say big odds, that the best area to be buying will be out there in late October or early November when this begins to turn upward again. You can see our downside projections right in there. That is coming down to this level here of about 4,100. There's a potential for support here at 4,200 where it got close there, as you can see. If it does a little better here, it might do a little better to the downside, but again, the highest probability is this one here. And then this is at around 4110, and the head and shoulders measurement takes you down to around 4070. Again, that head and shoulders formed in there, as you can see right in here, where the cycles form that, and that's what happens. Cycles form these patterns, and that's very clear as you look at it right in there. So negative conditions that we see in here with momentum, negative cycle patterns, and it says a failure is likely coming. Let's look at a couple of other charts where we're going to look at our proprietary indicators, and we'll look right here. If you watch earlier in the show, I used this chart for the purpose of looking at 48 individual widely held and mega cap stocks doing this kind of analysis. What we're looking at in here is a slim ribbon, and it's in an area chart. So it really screams at you what the conditions are. And again, the slim ribbon PO on the bottom giving you the upside resumptions, and when it's negative, and it's negative right over here. What often happens is that the slim ribbon creates support or resistance. You can see in this rally in here how it did that on the way up, and you can see right here where it failed right there in the slim ribbon. It gets slightly above it there, and when the slim ribbon lays on itself, it's really neutral. You don't really have great signals there, and you can see here that it's coming up back to the slim ribbon. This is 43.30. This is at around 43.56. That's kind of the areas that's likely in here, though it could get up to that area up here, which is around 43.80 to 4,400 in this rebound. Again, this is showing you that it's negative here, and with the slim ribbon widening right there, you're likely to get a downside resumption, red arrow in there, which will tell you that there is a problem. Also look at the option bias study on the bottom. This is a great indicator. This essentially tells you how to keep your option positions, and when it's in this dark green top right over there, that is a +3 rating. That gives you the strong likelihood that the market's going to continue on the upside. When you get the light green, it starts to warn you that there is a slightly overbought condition, but it is still positive. And you can see that it remained positive here. That's yellow right there. It's neutral, and then it turned negative. It went back to neutral right here, even though the momentum went green. And now you can see it's just slightly oversold right there. So you're getting little indications that it might be able to put on a rally. If there would be a little orange dot in here, it would be telling you of extreme conditions, but it's not on this chart. But if you go back and look at the earlier part of the show where I do the analysis on 48 stocks, I'll show you how that amazing orange dot shows up and really gives you an indication where the market can put on a reversal of some significance. So that is the conditions that we're looking at here in the stock market, looking at the S&P 500, negative, likely to get up into that slim ribbon area right up over here, and then turn lower again. One more chart that I want to show you here is a 2-hour chart that has another proprietary indicator on there. and also let me just fit this in here nicely, and also has a look at the cycle patterns on the daily chart overlaid on a 2-hour chart. So in this case, what we're showing you is the slim ribbon at work on a 2-hour chart. And these cycles are the cycles that I showed you on the daily chart, but this again is a 2-hour chart. So it's 2-hour with a daily overlay, and on the bottom is the askSlim market condition indicator. This is a multiple time frame indicator that weights the longer indicators more. In other words, if the longer indicators, which have dominance, prevent it from turning positive or negative, there's a message in there. In this case, when it got into the swing zone, which is between plus 25 and minus 25, it tests it. But then when it turns around and goes positive again, it tells us that the longer, more dominant inputs are strong enough to keep the market up, and there's a buy situation going on here, and you could see that was the occasion right over here as it stayed strong through that whole period, running here between the area of 75 and 100. This is all positive conditions right in here. Then it started to roll over. It tested the swing zone, turned positive, as you can see, as you got into this rally, but then it tested it again and moved through the swing zone and went negative. What that tells you is that the longer, more dominant indicators are in negative mode. It says that the longer holders are actually selling, liquidating, and it gives you an indication of the problem. Now you see we're way down over here. That's at minus 96. And under that condition, it's very likely that when it gets into that sell zone, and this is the bottom of it, is 43.50 to about 43.86, and the outside here is about 44.25. That's comes off the daily chart. And those are the areas that we believe that the daily slim ribbon is also going to be a problem. This is very negative. When you look at that, it says that the rally is likely to fail. And I've showed you different variations of that, right, as you see it here, as you see it right here in the negative conditions right there, and as you see it in here on the daily chart pointing in here. So what this says to me is that the market is very likely that it's going to continue this rally some number of days, maybe even a week, week and a half, but then turn lower again, and the risks still remain high. Those of you that are following our longer term analysis know that our period of risk suggested that it would remain into the period of late October, just as we're showing the daily patterns right in here. And that analysis is important to look at. Remember that our members, levels 2, 3, 4, they all get different variations of our chart. And if you become a member, you will be able to get our full analysis, weekly and daily, and much more on these indexes. So you need to become a premium member at one of the important levels, and you can look at askSlim.com and see what you get in each of those levels. So it's really important that you go and take a look, because these indicators, as you can see, are just phenomenal. That is the lead-in to just remind you again that we only have 3 more days now to our level 4 special. You get everything that's on this chart, everything we do, level 4, 3, 2, and 1, including our new market condition monitor. $99 for the first month. Just click the Learn More button at the top of the website at askSlim.com, and you'll be able to see that. And don't forget to sign up for my presentation at the Wealth 365 Summit and see me and 60 other fantastic presenters at that summit for free.